A movie where Matt Damon becomes a cyborg and then goes to infiltrate the Citadel in Mass Effect? Yeah, let's like totally watch that like right now. Elysium. Okay, so Elysium is directed by Neil Blomkamp, who is the director of District 9, and we're in the futuristic Earth. And in this futuristic Earth, it's all like what we imagine it to be now. You know, buildings are all torn up, but then everyone has like built this thing above the world. It's like where the rich people will go so they don't have to stay on this Earth. And up there, it's really a nice place, you know. Everyone is like, it's like the Garden of Eden. Everyone listens to classical music. It's so calm and everything. You can get your nuts blown off. You go up there, you lay down in this bed, and these things just go at it. They go all Fifth Element on your nuts, and then it's all fixed, and you're like, I'm better. Down on Earth, it sucks. And Matt Damon, who's on Earth, is now like, I'm gonna go invade Elysium, and it actually has a reason to it. And I was like, that's great, and now we have our movie. And surprisingly, the movie doesn't really take place on Elysium, it takes place down on Earth, but also surprisingly that didn't really bother me. And being that Matt Damon turns into a cyborg, then goes up to Elysium to invade it, it sounds more like a sci-fi action movie than it really was. Is it a sci-fi movie? Yeah, no doubt. Is it an action movie? No. That disappointed me a little bit, but even with that, I still really did like this movie. What I like about Neil Blomkamp, though, is that he takes issues that we have in our world and puts them in his movies. It's just something you really enjoy seeing. I'm not going to give you any examples because I don't want to ruin anything for you about this movie, but I'm just going to let you know that this is in this, and it's another really cool thing to, you know, see. And the movie is actually really sucking you into the world. It does a good job of actually bringing you in and putting you in the world. And I guess the acting in this movie, the people did a pretty good job. I mean, Matt Damon was a badass. I wasn't really worried about him being in this because I know that Matt Damon is an action star because of the Bourne movies, but then I got into it and I'm like, okay, this actually isn't an action movie. And I was still disappointed, but Matt Damon was still really good in it. And Jodie Foster was in this. She was basically the one who ran Elysium, and she just like, she was mean, but I feel like you can get just about any middle-aged woman to play her character and it still would have been just the same. And then Thorin Oakenshield was in this. He was really good as like the main bad guy, and you know, I mean, he wasn't any like groundbreaking performance, but he was still good. And in the end, I really did have a fun time with Elysium. I mean, it was a really, really good movie. It was a great story. It was engrossing. It had good acting, even though I was a little bit disappointed by the action. It was still a really, like, even though I was a little bit disappointed on how little action it had, I was still engrossed in the movie. I'm gonna say that Elysium is worth buying on Blu-ray. So, Elysium, have you seen it? Have you not? What do you like more, Elysium or District 9? Comment below, let me know. And, as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.